Hi, this is KV, and this is the Moon Phase Report for Virgo. Alright, so you guys are just kind of moving into a space of really kind of feeling it out that there does need to be more of a give back to kind of balance things in your life. Like maybe even just, this is one of those points where you are like, what can I do with my business so that a part of the portion of it can go to donations, or I feel like I should do something with my life more of helping others or volunteering at places or working at animal shelters or something is like kind of coming up into you about that. And what's happening is that right now especially you're very focused on how to bring more joy and happiness in your life, and that's the area where you're wanting to be looking at. Maybe you're not being creative enough, maybe it's too much work, maybe it's too much stress over finding work or manifesting work, but so something is kind of needing to kind of get a new fresh perspective within things that are things that you're doing to bring in more happiness and joy and to feel like your life is really valuable. So there's a purging going on with this too. So one thing is this can be with how it's at is it can be something of needing to let go of some kind of cord thing that's in regard to a relationship, a love relationship, something that is long gone but you're still holding on to it. So it can be something where, you know, there was a really powerful relationship you had in your past, and it's something that, and it could even be happening now, most likely past, but something that is just not right, wasn't right. It wasn't an equal balance of give and receive. It wasn't something that was really coming together and growing into something better. It may have been a clandestine kind of thing where it's like it never did come together. But there's something there that needs to be let go of, the connection, the belief in it working out. Even if it is something that will come back to you later, because this happens a lot with people in our really strong connections with people, like you meet and then you separate and then you come back. But in the here and now, it doesn't matter if it's siphoning your life force, if it's keeping you not from being really here in the now, if it's something that's, you know, you're dreaming of wishing you could be with this person and can't get over this person and da da da. It really just needs to be let go of so you can free up this energy to really kind of be doing more in the world. Like it's something that's keeping you anchored, and it's just something that is sucking you dry, whether you know it or not. It's not working. It needs to be let go of. It needs to be out of your system, so that you kind of can set your heights to these other awesome things. So just kind of visualize it like that it is like a dead weight holding you back, and you have to cut it. Even if it is something that will come back to you later, what is that? If you love someone, set them free. You know, if they really do love you, they'll come back on their own time. So if something is not working in that regard, you have to let it go so that you can focus your energies into this other arena, because things are set up to be feeling really good and special. It's just we have to take care of this thing that's actually kind of a dead weight in your body. It can't even be a current relationship, and if that's the case, it's a longer process of shifting to this other healthier space. But right now a lot of things will be coming up to you where you will be seeing like, gosh, see, this isn't sustainable. See, we don't really love each other. See, we're not really good for each other. We don't even like the same things. We can't even have, you know, so you'll see lots of things. So there can be some friction in there, not, you know, like really like strong emotions coming up even of like, oh, this is horrid. Like you'll feel it to the max right now, especially with this, you know, the power of this moon. And but you'll also be just kind of really kind of seeing what you need to let go that is keeping you from feeling confident, you know, feeling good about what you're doing, feeling creative, wanting to just wake up and create something, you know, on a day off, just wanting to make something beautiful, more beautiful in the house, or naturally expressing your creativity. If there's some kind of block there, you will awaken to it. So this is probably the most powerful moon for this. Seeing what needs to be purged, seeing what needs to be let go of, seeing what needs to transform in regards to the bottom line being you feeling more happy about life, you feeling more joy about life, you feeling more loved, honored, creative, expressive. And part of the key of this too, and especially as it's going on, you're now in that place of like really wanting to hang with friends more, really wanting to connect with supportive friends, and that will more be with the new moon in a couple weeks. Right now it's focusing on figuring out what isn't working here and what's keeping you more on this down, not so happy about life thing. And then whatever does come up, you will work to transform and let go of, or dose it with love. And then in the next couple of weeks, there'll be this other opportunity to kind of really give more and give more of yourself and just be more outward in the world, out. But for right now, you know, kind of be pulled into this thing to kind of work through it. And then, you know, what's so great too is with the Jupiter moving into Cancer, you know, I'm going to write an article on it on Aquarius Nation. I haven't gotten done with it yet. But it's really going to be bringing lots of opportunities to, you know, even like be more reenacting the things that started to show up in this last year. So the bits and pieces of advancement or opportunities that came up within the career are going to more start to be able to manifest and store and more lead to new things. So that's what Jupiter for that whole year is going to be working in that way. So that'll be really cool. So know that the actualization of bits and pieces of opportunities that maybe showed up in the last year will now more like culminate into something that is feeling like you're really like doing your thing and giving back, and it is a whole year. So just be open that all of those pieces will come together on their own, but it is a year of really kind of expanding these things. And this will be too, you know, you'll start thinking about it in a couple weeks about wanting to do more give back, service to others, humanitarian based things where you are like just dedicating some time to help other people, bring food to older people or whatever, you know, helping a neighbor who lives around you or whatever. But you'll start thinking like that, just wanting to do these kind of things. And Jupiter is kind of planting that seed, and will be of like expanding your life through that. You know, maybe even like your next best friend you will meet at the Humane Society when you start donating your time there. Like, so something will lead to other things when you are giving of your time for other people, not thinking about the money, but just like, I love to do this. I want to share this with you. So that'll be how the year starts going from the 26th on. And then we also have Mercury going retrograde in Cancer on the 26th. With that one until when? July 20th, I think I wrote down. Yeah, so to July 20th. So with that one, and that, you know, I haven't even talked about that. That's really cool. Maybe I'll talk about that one next time. But so with it going retrograde, now you are more thinking about, like I said, with those things over the next 3.5 weeks, how you can give back more, how you can shift your schedule around so you do have more time to help others, to do things that like they feel so good, you know, even any kind of volunteer work, even like, you know, getting together with friends. You're going to really start awakening to that one whenever we get to a focus in this house. You do just start thinking about being with your peoples more, you know, and you do just start thinking about how I don't spend enough time with my friends. I'm going to end up, you know, people are going to die. I'm going to regret that I didn't hang out with them. It's going to be 2 years down the road. I'm going to regret that I didn't get with my friends more and cut loose and just chill out. So with this Mercury retrograde, you will be thinking about that. You will also be really thinking about what you really want to come into your life. You know, you'll be really thinking about, what do I need, you know, along the lines to feel happy, but also just what do I want? It's a time when you definitely will be more about thinking that the sky is the limit. You know, there's so many things going on with the energies now that are planting that seed in you of you can have anything. You can do this. There's a really big grounding force, and then there's a really big dreaming the hugest thing ever force. So they're working together in total harmony. Even Jupiter's involved in it right now too, and that's like totally optimistic. I can do this. I can do anything that is so metaphysical and dreamy and spiritual and something that you would never think you could do, art. You're going to be like, I can do this. I can make a living from it. So you'll be more like believing in yourself in anything that's kind of far out too. You know, whereas before you'd be like, no, that's not really stable. That's not really practical. But right now there's just this anchoring of things that are spiritual and lofty and airy-fairy, and they're going to be seen as practical. And it made me think of that book, The Practical Dreamer's Handbook, or something like that. But yeah, it's something like that. There's going to be a practicality aspect to it of knowing you can do this. So that's cool. I think we're going to stop there. That's the full moon report. I will see you in 2 weeks with the new moon, and this is where it's going to be, this is the best new moon for you for really wishing for everything. Like, this is where like wishes manifested. This is, you're moving into having wishes come true, but you just have to state them. And you just have to figure out what you really want. And it has to be something that has the passion behind it. And that's where right now this purging, this going to the opposite spectrum of not really feeling so hot, is showing you what you now want to ask for in its opposite expression. You know, we learn that way. We have something taken away, and then we're like, oh, I would love to appreciate having that again. You know, you have a car breakdown, and then suddenly and it dies or something, and you're like, I loved that car. I would give anything to be driving in my car. You know, so understand that when the negative and the bad feeling and the limitation and feeling like you don't have comes into play, it really just opens you up to appreciating the have version of things. So just kind of think that with what you're feeling right now is just showing you what you're going to ask for in 2 weeks. Okay? Have a beautiful full moon. I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.